When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So South Carolina's offense will go to work first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. To the air on first down. Quickly to the tight end. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to pass. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the thing.
Man, I love on third down when I know I have a running back that can beat guys. Whether you want to cover me with a linebacker or a safety, I can run an angle route, and I can have success because my quarterback knows exactly when he's going to break, and that defense is not going to beat my running back.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Going to swing it on second down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
He might want another play. On third down, he drops to throw. Got him downfield. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. The Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here's a heat. On the move, he fires. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. On the run, it's Orlando. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality.
Breaks into the open. Spinderella. The 20. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Alabama!
I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. He can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners, and he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
The give to the tailback. Has the sticks, and he may get more. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bama!
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold on.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
He is denied, cannot get to the first down down, looking to pass. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play. This offense has it with really good field position. From the gun, they'll try the middle. There he goes. Got enough space. Touchdown time. And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
They are absolutely boat racing this team right now. We're not even at the second quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds the tight end. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Gamecocks are in the hurry-up. Handoff from the gun. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Snagged in the middle. It's Anderson. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Looking to throw on first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He'll do it himself. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. There he goes! And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They got Zippo-Zilch on the last play. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to pound their way in. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Pushes ahead. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes that Alabama offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Fires to the tight end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Caught in the backfield. It's Smith. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got the score. You got the stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field.
Oh, he's got some space. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Gamecocks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. Floats it out in space. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Quarterback on the keeper. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gamecocks will kick it away to crank up the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
On the run, it's Orlando. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got a man. It's Clark. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground cover to pick up the first. They'll run it from the gun. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. The Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Man, it's nice to have a guy on short yardage situations you can turn and you can hand the ball to him. And you know he's not going to dance. You know he's going to be really physical, lower his shoulder. I don't care how many yards he gets. He just needs to get past that first down.
And the Gamecocks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the ground game. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, they're after him. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Clark. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on fourth down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Here comes that Alabama offense. Gives it on the option. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. To the air, it's Russell. Finds his tight end. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as his offense tries to grind out some yardage. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Wants to return it. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. At the 35, he's open. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. They've got it down to the 32. First and 10 coming. He'll pull it on the read. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that something.
Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. The Gamecocks in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. Get it out on the screen. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The option look. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
And here's the deal. Fourth quarter, I'm trailing. Fourth and goal, which makes a difference to me because I drove the ball down the field. I've had some success. Do I want to stay aggressive here? This offense is down, but has a chance to really put some points on the board and make a little bit of a splash.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look at. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Look at it this way. The field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. The defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
Working on the right. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Obviously backed up against it. Time running out. Got to get the football back. 2 good plays. Now 3rd down. I stay aggressive. Have to come after him. If they decide to throw the football, so be it. But stay aggressive. Get that football back for your offense.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. At the 45 on its way. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Anderson. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
And this D's had some good moments today. And they've had a lead, and they've let that lead shrink a little bit now in a big-time moment. Can they step up? Can they make the plays to get the ball back to their offense They've had a pretty good day, but now it's closing time.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. He hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Might be changing the route. Gonna look downfield again. And pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Right down the middle. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They want that clock to run. Turning it on. Crosses midfield. The 30. Past the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. He's open on the right. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to throw on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Gamecocks will hustle to the line. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Got his man downfield. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. From the gun. Here comes the heat. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
They're trying to slam it in. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, trying to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. The snap sets up the throw. Looking for the score. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. And on fourth down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, it looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good...